What's up, everyone? Welcome to yet another video. Scott McLeod here, Coach Scott McLeod, certified personal trainer, and welcome back to another episode of Caffeine Conversations with Coach Scott McLeod. Today's caffeinated beverage of choice, working with some regular ass coffee, trusty old coffee. Now, in this episode of Caffeine Conversations with Coach Scott McLeod, we're going to be talking about work-life balance. Now, I got to give a huge shout out to my man, John Wick. I'm going to read his comment right here and now on the very first episode of Caffeine Conversations. He said, love the name of the series idea. If this is more life-based, I wouldn't mind a video on work-life balance while being into fitness. That's what we're going to be talking about. If you also plan to do fitness content here, would love a video on the mindset of starting and committing to a bulk growth phase. These are two excellent questions and two things that I am going to talk about. We're just going to split this up into two different episodes. This episode is going to be about that work-life balance while being into fitness. So John Wick, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate the support. And for the rest of you, please leave comments down below. What would you like me to talk about in the future? Happy to do this for each and every one of you. Let's go. Now, I do want to make this a communal feel. Like, I want all of us to feel like we're part of a community and we can all ask questions and we can all help each other. I don't have to be the sole person answering these questions, though I would love to talk about all of your topics for each and every one of you, and I'm going to try my best to do that. But I want us to be able to come here and feel a part of a community. Others can comment on other people's comments. I know I said comment a lot there, but comment on other people's comments and give your 2 cents. Give some ideas. Let's all share those tips and tricks. A rising tide will lift all boats. So let's make this a community feel and help each other out. Now, that being said, work-life balance, I'm not going to declare myself as the expert of work-life balance because I personally believe that this is something that I can get better at. And maybe we can all get a little bit better at this. Let's never stop improving. But this question couldn't have come at a better time because it's something that I've been reflecting on a lot. Now, he did say work-life balance while being into fitness. Now, I'm going to assume that if you're into fitness, you're already going to the gym. That's already a non-negotiable for you. You're probably trying to do your best to stay on top of your meals and your diet. So I'm going to make that assumption that some of those things are already non-negotiable and that we probably also work jobs on the side. That being the case, being into fitness and trying to bodybuild, maybe even trying to lose weight, whatever your goal is basically a full-time job. You got to be on top of it around the clock. And then you got your job, your actual job, your 9 to 5, how you're making your money. That in and of itself is a full-time job. So how do we balance all of this? Work-life balance. There is got to be a balance if we want to remain sustainable and we want to keep pushing forward and we don't want to burn ourselves out. Something I've been reflecting on. Now, a couple things that come to mind for me is I set a goal each and every day while I'm on the grind, while I'm working the 9 to 5, while I'm lifting, staying on top of my meals, trying to build some muscle in this bulk phase, which we'll talk about in another video. I set priorities each and every day of I'm going to shut everything off at this time. Lately, it's been about 7:30. I try to get to bed at around 9 p.m. I try to be in bed at 9 p.m. because I'm up at 5 a.m. getting to the gym. Sleep is very important, but I'll set a hard stop at a certain time, non-negotiable. I'm stopping at this time. I'm putting the laptop away. I'm shutting everything down. That's one little thing that I do day to day to make sure I'm not just working around the clock, because I'll log in for my 9 to 5. Any half-second break I get, I'm working on my YouTube videos, on my Instagram page on the side, trying to create some of this into a business for myself. Every single free second that I get. And then when I'm logged out of my 9 to 5, it's just full force on the laptop, sitting here at the desk, doing everything that I can to get ahead or try to get ahead. So it's a lot. And then on top of that, I'm into fitness, and I'm sure some of us watching this are also into fitness. So that's another full-time job. So one thing that I do day to day is I set that hard stop. 7:30, everything gets shut off, and that's it. I'm going to start unwinding. I'm going to start listening to some white noise on Spotify. I did also get the premium version of the Calm app. The Calm app is about like meditation, white noises, other mindfulness practices to try to get yourself to be more present. And I use that as a tool to unwind. So I'll set that hard stop. I'll use the Calm app. I do also try to go outside for a walk every day. Each and every day, non-negotiable. It is kind of difficult in New England with the weather being extremely cold. The weather's been all over the place. That's a story for another time. But in the place that I'm in, some folks don't even shovel their sidewalks. It's kind of a city. It's not quite Boston. It's just outside of Boston, but it is a little city in and of itself. Anyways, it has been difficult to get outside for some of those walks. I'm walking in the street a lot, but I do make a strong effort to make that a part of my day-to-day. So little things while I'm on the grind. I'm not completely getting off of the grind, but I'm balancing in or trying my best to weave in instances of rest and relaxation, going outside for walks, being present during that walk, just breathing in the fresh air, maybe just taking in the scenery, just trying to not look at my cell phone at all and be present for that walk. So 2 little things there that I do day to day while I'm on the grind. The other thing that comes to mind is your paid time off, your PTO. Use your PTO, use your paid time off. Now, when I first started at my company, I would never take days, ever. I was just working around the clock. I wanted to establish myself as that hard worker, that road warrior, that person that just grinds and grinds and grinds. And though that is good, and that has allowed me to accomplish some great things, I came to a point where I realized that I need to start taking some time off. So speaking of time off, a couple days ago, today is Sunday, February 20th. On Friday, February 18th, I met up with my buddy from high school, a kid I grew up with. He lived in the neighborhood at one point. I met him over at Mount Snow in Vermont, and we took some paid time off, and we just snowboarded all day long from start to finish. We were there at like 8:30 in the morning. We took the last chair up, basically, at around 4 p.m., so we were riding all day long, and we had set that in advance. It was a set it and forget it type thing. You know, I travel all the time for work. He's very busy with work as well, so we just picked a date, and we said, I'll throw the time off in. You set that date, you throw the time off in, you go and you enjoy your day snowboarding, and you try to just forget about everything else. Just leave it all behind you. Just say, this is what I'm going to be doing for this day. I'm meeting up with my buddy. We're going snowboarding. It was great to catch up with him. It was great to just ride the mountain all day. The conditions weren't the best. Video coming soon, by the way. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss that one. But we still made the most of it, although those conditions weren't great. It turned out to be much better than I expected, given the extremely crazy weather patterns here in Massachusetts and in New England in general. So use your paid time off. Do little things day to day. What else would you do? Comment down below. Those are just a few of the things that I like to do. Now, this is a balance. The other thing to this is you definitely don't want to be picking things that are going to get you completely off track. For me, if I get too relaxed or too lazy, although that is kind of hard for me. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but if I get too hooked on something else that I'm trying to do to forget about work for a second, maybe I start playing some video games too much. I have done that in the past. I haven't really done that recently, but in the past that was something that I used to do, and I would do it a little too much. And if I get too wrapped up in that alternative exercise, that alternative activity or alternative hobby, then it's hard for me to get back on the regular grind, the regular day-to-day, the 9 to 5, the YouTube channel, the Instagram, the potential online businesses, the other endeavors that I'm actively pursuing with bodybuilding and fitness. So it is all a balance. Make sure the thing that you're choosing to get away, to keep your mind off the usual grind, just make sure you're not doing too much of that. Because for me personally, I have done too much of that in the past, and then it's hard for me to get back on the regular grind, and then I start feeling down, I feel guilty, I feel sorry for myself, I just want to be lazy. It's just that perpetual cycle of I'm wrapped up in the side activity or hobby that's distracting me from the grind. So make sure you're balancing it. So like I said, I do want to make this a community type feel where we can all share our tips and tricks. Everyone comment down below, what would you do for work-life balance? What does work-life balance mean for you? Are my tips nonsense? Does this even make sense? Was I all over the place? I don't know. But we can all help each other out. Again, a rising tide is going to lift all boats. So let's keep this momentum going and share those tips and tricks together. And once again, everyone, leave some comments down below on alternative topics that you would like me to talk about. John Wick, shout out once again. Thank you so much. And I am very happy and excited to talk about your other question about that commitment to a gaining and bulking phase. Something else that I'm currently doing, and also something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, because there are some challenges with that. So stay tuned. Everyone, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give the video a thumbs up. And again, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see each and every one of you in the very next video.